Question 1. Solve. So these are the following fractions from 1 to 7 which we have to solve. In first we have 2 minus 3 by 5. So we have mentioned earlier as well, where denominator is nothing, it is assumed to be 1. So it is 2 by 1 into. Now we have to take LCM, or there is another way. We have to make denominator in this case as 5. So if we introduce 5 in the numerator as well as in denominator, the value will not change, because if you deduct it, it will be 1 again back to 2. So we can introduce it, provided we introduce in both numerator as well as in denominator. So 5 to the 10 and 5 ones are 5 minus 3 by 5. So the whole purpose of it was making it like fractions. Now we can subtract it. So 10 minus 3 is what? 7, 5 as it is. So this is your first part. Second, 4 plus 7 by 8. Again doing the same thing, making this denominator 8 as well. So introducing to 4 the value of 8 to both numerator and denominator, and placing 7 by 8 as it is. Therefore 8 4s are 32, by 8 ones are 8, plus 7 by 8 as it is. Now 32 plus 7 is 39 over 8. Or you can also say it is improper fraction, we have to make it proper fraction. So 8 4s are 32, therefore we write 4 as a whole number, and 39 minus 32 is 7, 7 by 8. So in this short way you can do it without going to long form of division. Third, 3 by 5 plus 2 by 7. Now we have to make them like, in order to make this fraction like fraction. So we have to introduce 7 here, make it 35 in the denominator, and here we have to introduce 5. So in this first fraction we introduce 7 the same way, and in 2 by 7 we introduce 5 to both numerator and denominator. Now it is just a matter to multiply. 7 3 is 21, 7 5 is 35, again 7 5 is 35, and 5 2 is 10. Now denominator are same, we can add them up. 21 plus 10 is 31 by, it is proper fraction. So this is your required answer. 9 by 11 minus 4 by 15. Again doing the same thing. So here introducing 15 and here introducing 11. Therefore we can get both the denominator as equal. So 15 into 9 is 135. You can do it as 9 5s are 45, 4 carry, 9 into 1 is 9, plus 4 is 135. Now here 44 minus sign as it is. Now here there is a trick to multiply with 11. Write this digit which you are multiplying as 1 and 5, and in between add them. 5 plus 1 is 6, therefore 165. No need to go with long form of multiplication in case of multiplication with 11. Again here the same thing. Now 5 minus 4 is 1 and 13 minus 4 is 9. So 91 upon 165. This is proper fraction. Fifth part, 7 by 10 plus 2 by 5 plus 3 by 2. It is 10. So we have to make it 10 and we have to make it 10 as well. Now to make it 10 we have to multiply it with 2, and in order to make it 10 we have to multiply it with 5. So that's why this thing is done. Now 7 by 10 as it is. Now 2 to the 4, so 4 here. One step has been omitted, you can do it because you have understood it. So 5 3 is 15. 10 is common, therefore 10 is common. You just add it, so it gives you 26 over 10. Or this can be further divided. So 5 2 is 10, 13 2 is 26. It is improper to make it proper. So 5 2 is 10, 2 whole parts. 13 minus 10 is 3. So 3 by 5. It is 2 and 3 by 5. Now sixth part, 2 and 2 by 3 plus 3 and 1 by 2. The easy way is just add them, the proper part. 3 plus 2 is 5, and write them separately. 2 by 3 and 1 by 2 with the sign there in between, that is plus. Now we will solve this bracket first of all because BODMAS rule, 5 as it is. Now the LCM is 6, so 3 2s are 6 and 2 2s are 4. Now here 2 3s are 6 and 3 1s are 3. 5 as it is, 4 plus 3 is 7 by 6. Now 7 by 6 is improper. If we give 1 to here, or you can say 6 1s are 6, so 1 is whole part and we give it to the whole part. So 5 becomes 6 and 7 minus 6 is 1. Therefore 6 and 1 by 6. Now last part, 8 and a half minus 3 and 5 by 8. make it a fraction. So we will change it from mixed to simple fraction. 8 to the 16 plus 1 is 17 by 2 minus 8 3s are 24 plus 5 is 29 by 8. Now in order to make this 8, we have to multiply it with 4 in both numerator and denominator, therefore doing the same, and this fraction as it is. Now we will solve this. So 17 4s are 68 minus 29. This was 8 and this was 8, therefore taken as common. Now when you subtract this, it turns out to be 39. Since it is improper, we have to make it proper. It was a 32 and 39 minus 32 is 7. So therefore 4 and 7 by 8. So this was your first question. Question second, arrange the following in descending order. So we have two questions. We have to arrange them in descending order. First of all, we will have to make them like fractions, that is making their denominators same, so that we can compare them, and then we will arrange them in terms of descending, that is from highest to lowest. So first of all, we will take the LCM. So 9 3 21 as it is. So 3 3s are 9, 3 1, 3 7s are 21. You know this thing, how it is done. So again, we will discuss first portion. Second is left for you. So 9 7s are 63 and 7 2s are 14. Therefore 14 came here. Now this is 21. 3 21s are 63 and 21 2s are 42. Now 21 3s are 63 and 8 3s are 24. So you can very well identify which one is greater. So middle part was greater, therefore we wrote 2 by 3 first, because descending means first you have to write greater part, and then what we have is the second greatest number, that is 8 by 21, because this is greater 24, and at last the least number, that is 14, therefore we wrote 2 by 9. Similarly we will do for second part. Here the LCM is 70. You can calculate it. Now 5 14s are 70 and 14 1s are 14. 7 10s are 70, 10 3s are 30, then 7s are 70, 7 7s are 49. And again here this is greater, therefore written 7 by 10. Then we had 30 by 70, which has come from 3 by 7, and at last 1 by 5. So this is your question number second. Third, in a magic square, the sum of the numbers in each row, in each column, and along the diagonal is the same. Is this a magic square? So first one is given to you. If you add this row wise, this is your rows, these are your columns. 4 upon 11 plus 9 upon 11, 2 upon 11 gives you 15 upon 11. So it should come in all the cases, in all these three rows, in all these three columns, and also in these two diagonals. The same, 15 over 11. So we'll have to check that. Here, first one is given to you along the first row, that is you got to add these all three fractions that give you 15 over 11. Now second row, again 11 is common, therefore we wrote 11 here, and adding these all up, that is 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, therefore 15 over 11 for the second row. Similarly for the third row, 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 15. So till so far it is coming 15 over 11. Now we'll check for column, first column. This, again denominator is 11 common, we got to add just numerator part. That is 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 plus 4 is 15. So it is good. Second column, 9 plus 5 plus 1, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, again good. Third, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 15. So till columns as well satisfy. Now the diagonal test, this way and this way. So this way first. It's your wish, whichever you want to do first. You have to just check. 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 4 is 15. Now 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. So yes, it satisfies, because rows, columns and both diagonals measure 15 over 11, therefore it's a magic square. That was the question number third. Question fourth. A rectangular sheet of paper is 12 and 1 by 2 centimeter long and 10 and 2 by 3 centimeter wide. Find its perimeter. Here is your sheet of paper with length equal to 12 and half centimeter, and this is its width, that is equal to 10 and 2 by 3. So perimeter will be in this manner. So the formula is twice of length plus width, length plus width, you know it very well, or you can say length plus breadth, the same thing, and 2 as it is, just plugging these things both here. Now converting it, 12 to the 24 plus 1 is 25 over 2, and 30 plus 2 is 32. Now LCM is 6, 2 3s are 6, 3 25s are 75, plus as it is, then 3 2s are 6, and 32 2s are 64. Now solving it, adding this, it gives you 139 and 2 by 6 as it is from here. Now 1 2s are 2, 3 2s are 6, so it turns out to be 139 over 3, but it is improper. You got to convert it into proper. 3 4s are 12, so 4 written here, 1 9, so 3 6 are 18, therefore 6 written, and 1 is remainder, therefore 1 over 3. So totally it is 46 whole part, and 1 by 3 is a fraction. This is your question. Question 5. Find the perimeters of number first triangle ABE using this figure. This is your triangle ABE. Then second, the rectangle BCDE. BCDE. In this figure, whose perimeter is greater. Now we'll have to find the perimeters of both these figures and measure whose perimeter is going to be bigger. So the first part, perimeter of triangle ABE, will be given by the length of AB plus BE plus EA. We are taking it in cyclic manner. So the same is done here, putting the values 5 by 2, 11 by 4 because 4 2s are 8 plus 3 is 11 by 4, and 18 by 5 because 5 3s are 15 plus 3 is 18. So now solving it, the LCM from the denominator can be achieved as 20 because 5 4s are 20, which is divisible by all the denominators, therefore taking 20, and then 2 10s are 20 and 10 5s are 50, therefore 50 came, then 4 5s are 20 and 5 11s are 55. Now here 5 4s are 20 and 18 4s are 72. So this is written in short. You can also write it in elaborated way. Now adding this all, that is 5 plus 2 is 7 and 5 is 15 plus 2 is 17, 177 over 20, and then 28s is 160, and then 17 remainder, therefore 8 is to 17 over 20. Now next part, perimeter of rectangle BCDE. It will be BC plus CD plus DE plus EB. You always measure it in a cyclic way. Now since it is a rectangle, we can use the formula twice of length plus breadth. So here length is 4 to the 8 plus 3, 11 over 4, same thing is written, plus 7 over 6 is your breadth. Now the LCM is 12, 6 to the 12, 4 also divides 12, therefore 12, and 4 3s are 12, and 3 11s are 33, and 6 2s are 12, 7 2s are 14, and 2 as it is. Now first we will solve this bracket, that is 33 plus 40 plus 14 is 47 over 12. Then this cancel out because it is ultimately saying that 2 and 47 over 12. So it is numerator, it is denominator. 1 6 is 6, 1 2 is 2, 6 2 is 12. So 47 over 6, it is improper. To make it proper, 6 7s are 42, therefore 7 whole part, and 5 is remainder, therefore 7 is to 5 by 6 is your answer. That is your question number 5. Question 6. Salil wants to put a picture in a frame. The picture is 7 and 3 by 5 centimeter wide. To fit in the frame, the picture cannot be more than 7 and 3 by 10 centimeter wide. How much should the picture be trimmed? So you can visualize this as, here is a picture which Salil wants to put in a frame, but it is having a large width, whereas picture frame can accommodate only 7:3 by 10. It is 7:3 by 5. So obviously Salil has to cut it or trim it from both ends or from one way, whichever suits to him, but he has to ultimately trim in order to make it fit in this figure width wise. Length is same. There is no issue with length, only with width. So for example, he has to cut this part, so we have to calculate it. So how we can achieve it? If we subtract this thing from the total length. Simple. So width of the picture is 7:3/5. It is given to us, and the frame width is 7 and 3/10. Now picture to be trimmed, simply minus and making it in fraction term from mixed. 7 5 is 35 plus 3 is 38, therefore 38/5 minus 70 plus 3, 73. Now LCM is 10, 5 2s are 10 and 38 2s are 76. 73 is same, 10 1s are 10, 1 73 is 73. And it is simple, 3/10 centimeters. So he has to trim this much of portion, or you can say this measures from here to here, that is 3/10 centimeter. Question 7. Ritu ate 3/5 part of an apple and the remaining apple was eaten by her brother Somu. How much part of the apple did Somu eat? Who had the largest share? By how much? So it is given to us, part of the apple Ritu ate is 3/5. So suppose this much part she ate. Now how much is left? That is, we have to calculate. So total apple is 1. You can consider it as a 1 whole apple, because fraction is less than whole. Now part of the apple Somu ate, it's very simple. From 1 we have to deduct how much Ritu ate. So 1 minus 3/5, wherever it is not written, you can take it as 1 in the denominator. 5 is LCM, 1 5 is a 5, 5 1s are 5. Minus 5 1s are 5, 1 3s are 3. So 2/5 is left for Somu. You can easily see here denominator are same, so we can compare them. So 3 is greater, this means Ritu ate bigger chunk, or the biggest share. And by how much? By 1/5. How? Because 3/5 minus 2/5 is how much? 1/5. Therefore Ritu had larger share by 1 part, or you can say 1/5. 1 part because 1/5 will be 1 part out of total 5 parts. That is how much share she ate larger than Somu. Question 8. Michael finished coloring a picture in 7 and 12 hour. Weber finished coloring the same picture in 3/4 hour. Who worked longer? By what fraction was it longer? Now here you can consider this is Michael and this is Weber. They both are drawing the same drawing. So what we have to find? Who worked longer? That means who worked for longer amount of time. So Michael finished coloring a picture in 7/12 of an hour. Now Weber finished coloring the picture in 3/4 hour. Or now we cannot compare them because they're not like. In order to make like, we have to make the denominator same. So it is 12, it is 4. How we can go from 4 to 12? By multiplying this whole thing with 3. Therefore we multiply it in numerator as well as in denominator so that we don't change its equivalency. So 4 3s are 12 and 3 3s are 9. Now we can compare them. Now it is easily visible that who worked for longer period of time. It is Weber. Okay, so as you can see, he has completed a major chunk of drawing as compared to Michael. He has just started only. So longer work by Weber, that is 9/12 of an hour. And how much? Because we were also asked by what fraction, so we have to take simply difference. We can do it because they are like, because denominator is same. So how much is 9 minus 7? It is 2. 2/12, it can be made in simpler terms, that is 1 to the 2, 6 to the 12, or you can say by 1/6 of an hour. So the conclusion is Weber worked 1/6 of an hour extra or more than Michael. So that was the last question, question number 8.